Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 15 of my Los Angeles Rams Connected franchise series here on Madden NFL 16. So today we're back with week number 14 action against the New Orleans Saints. We've actually got a little Thursday night football action ready for you guys, although not exactly a primetime matchup. You know, the Rams fighting for a playoff spot at 7-5, but the Saints have had a woeful season. They're only 2-10. It's kind of our second straight week against a lesser opponent, but last week, the Jets hung tough for most of that game. So we'll see if we get a similar kind of, test from the Saints. I think that although they're only 2-10, I think, they do have a quarterback like Drew Brees, and whenever you go up against a guy like that at such an important position, it should be a tough matchup. But anyway, we're entering contract negotiations with Kenny Britt, and I'm going to give him a $3-year, $15 million offer with no, actually a 4-year, $20 million offer with no guaranteed money. And I really thought he was going to take this, but he actually is going to decline. I guess he did not like not getting any guaranteed money, but we'll revisit him in the offseason. He is a guy I would like to bring back, but I do think that, we kind of could use a true number one wide receiver, and I think that if we were to get kind of that type of guy in a deep threat, then maybe Britt would be the odd man out. So that's why I didn't want to offer him any guaranteed money at first, but and I thought I could get away with that. Clearly, I could not. I kind of learned my lesson in that sense. The guys do care about the guaranteed money. So here is a look at the Saints roster. You can see that, behind the top sort of tier of their roster, I mean, their top three players I actually do like. Terran Armstrong, Cameron Jordan, and Drew Brees. I think that's three guys that you can start a team around. The left tackle, a pass rusher, and a quarterback. But past that, they really don't have much, and that is the reason that they're 2-10. Take a look at some of the matchups this week. You saw we're still without Danny Trevathan, but some interesting matchups. We've got the Seahawks against the Dolphins. Remember, the Dolphins are 11-1 now. That is going to be a good matchup. Hopefully the Seahawks lose, because we do want them to keep losing so that we can maintain pace with them in the division. And another one was Jaguars and Packers, I believe. That is two top teams. The Packers 11-1. The Jaguars are 9-3, I want to say. So a good week of NFL football. Of course, if this were real life, it's not, but we can still pretend. So here we go. Thursday Night Football from the Mercedes Superdome in New Orleans, of course, and we are ready to get things started. Nick Saban getting the boys ready, and it is going to be Drew Brees taking his Saints offense out to the field to start the game off. They would get the ball first. So here we go, 3rd and 2. It is a pitch to Mark Ingram. He is going to get to the first down marker. He's pushed out of bounds, but picks up 5 yards. Now the drive will continue 1st and 10 from the 33. It is a handoff to Ingram up the gut. He's going to pick up about 7, getting to the 40-yard line. Now 2nd and 7 later in the drive from the 48. Another handoff, Ingram. He's going to break a couple tackles and get about 6 yards. So New Orleans establishing the run game early. Now they're going to look to the air. Short little pass on the outside. That is complete, and that is going to be good for the first down. Brees 2 of 2 to start this game. 1st and 10 from the 33. Now Brees looking left side. He's got his man, and it's going to be another gain of about 9 yards for Willie Snead right there. So 2nd and 1 coming up. A little play action fake. Now Brees scrambling to the right side. He's got his man Marcus Colston, who was not cut in this franchise. He was in real life, of course, but inside the red zone are the Saints. Now Brees looking into the flat. That is almost intercepted. EJ Gaines. If he had caught that one, he could have gone all the way and gotten a pick 6. But instead, the Saints drive continues. That one is dropped in the end zone by Snead. So 4th down coming up. The Saints will settle for a field goal, and it is a 3-0 game early. You can see Blake Wells' stats as he trots his offense out into the field, looking to answer back as the Saints get on the board first. There's a nice little throw to Kenny Britt. That is going to be a big completion of about 22 yards. Now 3rd and 9 coming up from the 46. Wells dropping back, looking, fires it. That's almost intercepted, but instead it was just knocked down by the Saints. I believe that was a safety actually coming up and covering the middle of the zone. So 4th down, we would punt it away. Ensuing Saints drive. The offense is going to continue their potent attack now as they cross midfield, or they will cross midfield here actually. It is Marcus Colston breaking a tackle, getting to the 48. Now from the shotgun set, Brees, he looks like a little miscommunication there, but it's a screenplay. Colston's on the outside. He's got a lot of room in front of him. Inside of the 15-10, he is finally pushed out of bounds. A big hit laid on him by TJ McDonald, but now inside of the 10-yard line. Hand out to Ingram up the gut. He is in, and the Saints out to an early 10-0 lead. Remember, they entered this ball game just 2-10 on the season, but they are taking it to the Rams right now, up by 2 scores early in the second. Let's see if the Rams offense can respond. It's Jared Cook taking that one, getting some extra yards after the catch, and picking up the first down. Now later in the drive, it's 3rd and 10. Wells dropping back, looking right side. He's got Kenny Britt. That is going to be for a first down. Now a 12-yard pickup for the Rams. Now pistol formation, 2nd and 8. Wells looking over the middle. Tight window, but he finds Tavon Austin. Some good throws made by Wells early. I think this actually was one of his better games he's played so far. I thought he hit a lot of nice throws, hit a lot of tight windows. And there he's going to pick up the passing touchdown. Marvin Jones in the end zone on the slant route for the score. So the Rams get on the board. They make it a 10-7 ball game after the ensuing PAT. Next drive for the Saints, under 6 minutes to play now. It is Mark Ingram breaking a tackle out of the backfield. They're running down the sideline. He's going to get to about the 45-yard line, a 25-yard pickup for the New Orleans Orleans Saints running back now, 2nd and 4 later in the drive. Brees is sacked. It's Aaron Donald getting into the backfield. 3rd and 8 coming up. Brees dropping back, looking, tons of time, finally feels the rush, fires it down the field. That is caught and hung on to, I believe that is Jermichael Finley right there making the play. He was signed by the Saints in the offseason. Now it is Mark Ingram up the gut. The running game really having its way with this Rams defense so far. It is now 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line, under 3 minutes to play. That's going to be another handoff up the middle, and a big gain for Sean Green right there, an 11-yard gain at that. 1st and 10 from the 12 now, under 2 minutes to play. Brees looking, he scrambles, but he is brought down. Aaron Donald gets back there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon, or evening I should say. 3rd and 22 coming up. Brees looking, he's going to just fire it short. That's complete to Willie Snead, but he is brought down well short of the 1st down marker, so the Saints would have to settle for a field goal. 13-7 is the score. Now Wells with the ball back, trying to make something happen in the final 2 minutes. Here we go. Tavon Austin down the field, picks up the 1st down, gets across midfield. Next play for the Rams, it is Soma, good over the middle. He's going to pick up a big chunk all the way down to the 22, so some big throws by Blake Wells so far on this drive. 1st and 10 from the 22. Wells dropping back, looking, fires it short, but that is going to be a pass interference penalty coming up. Good could not make the play, but he was grabbed, so later in the drive, 3rd and 6 inside of the 15-yard line. It is Jared Cook. He steps out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. 4th and 1 coming up. The Rams are going to go for it. Wells out of the pistol looking. He scrambles. He is going to be brought down, but with no timeouts. The clock is going to keep running. Here we go now. 8 seconds, 7, 6, and that is going to be spiked with 5 seconds to play. The Rams are going to try one final shot at the end zone here. Wells looking right side of the end zone. Tavon Austin makes the play, and the Rams get into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. They take a 14-13 lead as we enter the half. So a big final possession right there, putting us back on top. And looked like that game could have gotten a little out of hand early. Our offense struggled out of the gate, but our defense finally started to make some plays. We forced a couple field goals there. That was pretty important, and our offense responded accordingly, and we got the lead there at the end of the 2nd. So first drive of the 3rd quarter, and man, that is such horse crap on Madden's part. Come on, like when I don't understand. If Good has the ball in his hands and it gets batted down out of his hands, how does the ball pop up like that? That was absolute crap, but that is just Madden being Madden. That happens on both sides. I really can't complain. Not like I haven't benefited from that dumb animation in the past. So either way, Brees down the middle. He actually completely missed Willie Snead there. That was a big missed opportunity. We sent the blitz on 3rd down. That would make it 4th down. They would have to kick the field goal, so they retake the lead 16-14. It's Todd Gurley now finally getting into the action. Haven't gotten much of a rushing attack going so far. We have been behind, so we've been looking through the air for the most part. But Gurley now finally starting to find some holes. He actually gets grabbed by the face mask there. That will give us 15 yards on a 1st down. As you can see, the penalty is going to be called on the New Orleans Saints. So anyway, like I said, 15 yards and a 1st down. Now 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Wells looking, tons of time, fires it short. He's got Tavon Austin, who's going to pick up about 9 yards now to the 38-yard line. It's 3rd and inches coming up from the 37. It is Todd Gurley up the middle, picking up the 1st down, keeping his feet moving there and picking up a couple extra yards as well. Now later in the drive, 1st and 10, looking left side. It is Tavon Austin getting to the sideline. Couldn't quite beat the final man, Jarvis Bird right there. But 2nd and goal coming up from the 3. Pitch play to Gurley, and those are absolute money around the goal line. Gurley's into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. And they retake the lead now 21-16 after the PAT. The Rams back on top in what is quickly becoming a back-and-forth game here between these two offenses. It's Brees looking short. He's got a man. It is Brandon Cooks there making the grab. Penalty would be a holding on the defense, Amon Moats, so the penalty actually would be declined. And the drive would continue for the Saints now 2nd and 7 from the 34. Under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd. It is going to be Mark Ingram out of the backfield picking up the 1st down. Brees is 15 of 18 so far. He has been super accurate so far on the evening, but a big play by Robert Quinn there, getting in the backfield, stopping Sean Green. That sets up 3rd and 10. Play action fake. Brees looking, fires it deep, and oh my goodness, looked like that could have been good coverage, but Moats pushed Colston at the end, and that would be a pass interference call. So the drive will continue for the Saints. 1st and 10 from the 34 coming up. Now it's 3rd and 4 from the 28. Final seconds to play in the 3rd. Over the middle, it is Jermichael Finley down at the 1-yard line. A big pickup of 27 yards for the Saints. Now a pitch play to Ingram. He is actually going to get stuffed right there in the backfield to the 7-yard line. That was a nice stop by the Rams. Like I said, those pitch plays are money around the goal line, but a good play by the Rams front 7. Next play, Brees looking short. He's got his man. It's Finley getting into the end zone for the score, and the Saints retake the lead. Now they're up by 1. They're going to look to go for 2 here to make it a 3-point game with about 10.5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Brees looking, but he gets sacked. Aaron Donald gets back there. He won't get credit for the sack, but still a big play nonetheless. That keeps it a 1-point game now, 22-21. Next drive for the Rams. It's Jared Cook on the short route there on the crossing route, picks up the 1st down. Now from the 41-yard line, 3rd and 5. Wells looking short. And Soma Good had his route impeded right there by the Saints defender, but no penalty was called, so next Saints possession, Brees feels the rush, he fumbles it, Aaron Donald jumps on it, into the end zone he goes, and the Rams retake the lead, a fumble 6 right there. Unbelievable change of momentum. The Saints had gotten the ball back and looked like they could look to extend their lead, but instead Brees fumbles. Take a look at the replay. It is Nick Fairley on the pressure, and no tuck rule there. Thought his arm could have been moving forward, but no review was called. No challenge was thrown, and that would make the Rams touchdown stand. So 2-point conversion coming up. Wells looking, doesn't really have anyone's going to scribble to the right side, but he ends up getting hit and finally actually gets sacked and fumbles. Luckily we recovered it this time. So it remains a 5-point game, 27-22. Next drive for the Saints, Brees looking over the middle, and that is somehow hauled in by Willie Snead, whose big night continues as the drive will continue for the Saints inside of the 50-yard line now. Brees looking over the middle. He's got his man out of the backfield, Mark Ingram, picking up some yards after the catch, getting to the 33. Now from the 33, 1st and 10 out of the shotgun set. Brees dropping back, looking, tons of time over the middle. He's got his man. It's Finley. He can walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints, and they go back on top. So a chance for a 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game. Let's see if they can convert this time, and they do just that. It is going to be good. I'm not even sure who that receiver is. Some guy I have never heard of. Now here we go, 30-27 is the score. Ensuing possession for the Rams, 1st and 10 coming up. It is Todd Gurley who will run forward for about 9 or so yards. We would pick up the first down. Now later in the drive, 2nd and 10, it is Marvin Jones making the grab, and we're going to actually get an injury timeout. Jones is down on the field, and he is not looking good. He would be ruled out for the game. After this, I'll show you that in just a second. There it is. Abdominal tear for Marvin Jones, not good. Could be a multi-week injury. We'll have an update on him in the next episode. Here we go now, Wells dropping back. Initially supposed to be a short drop back, but he finds his man Soma Good, who could not hang on, so we would have to punt it away on 4th down. Next drive for the Saints. It is Nick Fairley getting back there on the play action fake. That's a big sack. Now later in the drive, 3rd and 27. Play action fake. He just gets that one off. Could have been a safety right there. Instead, that will set up 4th down, and we would get the ball back here on the ensuing punt away. So here is the punt. Thomas Morstead kicking this one away to Tavon Austin, who's been very quiet in recent weeks on the return game, but he's looking to make a move here. Getting to the outside. He's got a lot of room in front of him. He's got one man to beat. He gets around to the corner. Can he get the punter? No, he cannot. He is forced out of bounds, but at the 31-yard line, and that will give us great field position now, already in field goal position, and it's Gurley improving that field position inside of the 20-yard line. He goes in the handoff now as we take away at the clock, under 2 minutes to play. On this handoff to Gurley, he's going to pick up about 8. So 2nd and 2 would be coming up. We would convert now. 1st and goal, under a minute to play. Handoff to Trey Mason up the middle, and he's into the end zone for the score. And the Rams take the lead. 34-30 would be the score after the ensuing PAT. Saints with 30 seconds to play. One final shot to try and get into the end zone, but it is a big sack right there by William Hayes. 3rd and 17 coming up. 20 seconds to play and only one timeout left. Over the middle, they fire. That is complete. That'll set up 4th and manageable. But here we go on 4th down. No timeouts left. 15 seconds to play. Brees needs a big play, looking for the Hail Mary, and he is sacked. Aaron Donald gets back there, his 3rd sack of the night, and that would do it. The Saints would turn over on downs, and we would get the ball back, ice out the clock, and come away with the victory. 34-30 is your final score, as the Saints head coach shakes the hand of the invisible man right there. Not sure what that was about. Not sure where Nick Saban was. Maybe he ran off the field in celebration. But either way, a tough test. Like I said, the Saints, I knew they were going to be a tough matchup for us just because their offense is so good with Drew Brees that I knew they were going to be able to exploit our secondary, and they did just that. 282 passing yards, I should say. A good night out of Brees, too. He was 24 of 29. He had 318 yards. The only reason their team totals were down was because of all the sacks we had. But either way, our offense came through. I think our offense is really playing at a high level right now. I'm really excited about it. I think if our defense can kind of turn it back to how we were playing in the first few weeks, then we can really start to turn things up as we head towards the end of the season. So anyway, take a look at some of the stats here. 4 total touchdowns through the air, and defensively, a lot of tackles for Kenny Vaccaro. He had double digits, but a lot of sacks. Aaron Donald with 3, Hayes and Fairley with 1 each, and that is going to do it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.